Well, hello there. Welcome back to another episode of Rule the Waves 2 as Britain. The year is 1916 and our war against France and Japan continues apace. We have slowly started turning the tide of battle in the Southeast Asian theater, although our fight in Northern Europe continues to not be very successful. However, we are maintaining the French blockaded, so we're building up plenty of victory points against them there. Alright, we've got a brand new battleship under design, the Inconsiderable class, not a battleship, a battlecruiser design. It's 30 knots, which is a stupendous speed for 1916. We also have a number of cruisers under construction, and we continue building destroyers. Speaking of which, it's about time to build our next round of destroyers, so let's order another 4 of those. There we go. New batch of destroyers ordered. Alright. We have our new Hercules class currently working up. Hopefully we'll be able to use those against the French at some point soon. But with that said, let's get right to things. On to the next turn. Alright, one of our cruisers intercepts a French raider running the blockade. I do not intend to fight this. We're going to auto-resolve. And we successfully escaped the fight. Oh, interesting. We have finally unlocked triple torpedo mounts. Now it might actually be worth building larger destroyers. Oh, and we have also unlocked the massive 20-inch quality -1 naval guns. I don't think I quite have large enough docks to build a 20-inch gunned ship, but it's nice to know that that's an option now. An enemy submarine has torpedoed and sunk our destroyer Zulu. That is unfortunate. Alright, so the French do still have a few armored cruisers out and about raiding, but overall we are continuing to be fairly effective at shutting down their attempts to raid. Okay, nothing too special going on here. Ships are doing good. Our Hercules class are now available. And I don't have a whole lot else to say about that. We'll just move right on to our next turn. Hopefully we'll kick off that invasion. Let's see. Yeah, Japan still has ships down in Southeast Asia. Actually, I think most of their force there is coming from armored cruisers, but they do have battle cruisers there as well. So, let's see, is there anything we can do about that? We've got our Invincible, and we have 2 Incomparables. And it's going to be a little while before our next round of battle cruisers comes out. So there's not a whole lot that we can do about that. Not right now. Although I suppose we could send another dreadnought over there. Well, we do have our last dreadnought is about to be... Our last actual dreadnought class is about to be arriving. And with these Hercules class working up, I think we can actually afford to take the Emperor of India over as well. Actually, let's double check and see what sorts of forces we'll be facing up against. So Japan has dreadnoughts, and they mostly have 11-inch guns. So yeah, we do not need to be sending too much. So we can actually afford to send these 2 Camperdowns over. So we're going to move both of those ships over to Southeast Asia, and hopefully that will trigger the invasion. Alright, we have a small engagement in The Mediterranean. I accept. France declines. Coastal bombardment. Interesting. Medium-sized fight. I accept. And this one actually spawns. Alright, we've got our battle cruisers, Inflexible and Indomitable. And one armored cruiser out front. We've got a bombardment target over here. Alright, right there's our objective. And I will bet we encounter some defenses along the way. Well, we'll get straight to things. We'll pick up the pace. We've got our first sighting reports. Well, I heard the sound of gunfire, so they may actually be under bombardment from my shore batteries. What are these guys up to? Battery 4, that's my 12-inch battery. Rather impressive. Let's see if we can actually get in contact with these fellows. Yes, I understand there's ships over here. Let's see what we actually have. Okay, we're starting to get some actually useful reports. Okay, time to rearrange things. Armored cruiser, you're no longer a scout. You are now... Well, I can't tell you to support, unfortunately, so I'm just going to have to throw you right in the core. So you're going to join the main battle line if you can keep up with it. Alright, we're getting some identified stuff. We've got a Marseille and a Tourville class. Alright, Marseille is the very lightly armored one. That's the one that we almost sank last time, but didn't quite get. And the Tourville is the other very lightly armored one. So this is actually a fight that we may want to take. See if we can cut them off and get in the action here. And I forgot to accelerate to squad max. Here we go. We'll drop down to battle speed, and it looks like there may be other ships up there as well. Now if that's the case, that would be very bad. Yep, there is a third battlecruiser there. In fact, a fourth one as well. Man, I wish I had my main battle fleet at sea right now. Let's see if we can lure these fellows back under my coastal battery guns. I would much rather fight with some sort of additional artillery support. So we are getting plenty of hits, but nothing decisive yet. Maybe if we go against this armored cruiser. Alright, let's actually order a shift in target to that cruiser division. Try and flatten that quickly. And then we can shift fire back. There we go. Score a whole stack of hits. There we go. I think she's disabled. Okay, time to shift fire back. This time we've got the Dunkirk and the Nancy are our primary concern. That's the close ships. Okay. We'll focus on that. And we'll turn around back this way. Looks like our armored cruiser is trying to stomp on the French armored cruiser. And I'm going to shift focus to that Marseille class. We're still at fairly long range here, so we'll see what kind of damage we can do. It's probably the only thing whose armor we can penetrate at this range. Oh, destroyer's moving in. I don't like that. Okay, looks like our battlecruisers have them distracted. We'll use that time for my armored cruiser to knock out the bombardment target. Let's see, are we able to target that yet? Nope, not yet. Alright, well, we'll keep going over this way. We'll try and keep the French pushed to the south. Alright, that'll keep that cruiser attacking the bombardment target for now. What do we got down to the south? Destroyers down there. Our destroyers are engaging them. And now I've got a long-range engagement against the French Nancy. Oh, that's not good. They're heading back north towards the bombardment target. Squad max. Let's get these things reunited. Maybe now we'll be able to force them close. Okay, they've shifted their focus to the Marseille. Good. And perhaps we'll be able to just parallel them. And this fellow can slow back down to finish off the bombardment target. Always accomplish the mission, after all. That is the mission. Oh, that's interesting. It looks like they're trying to turn back to the north. Oh, come on, fellows. How long does it take to knock out this bombardment target? And I have no idea what those French battlecruisers are attempting to do. All I can hope is that one of my destroyers gets in there close and gets a torpedo off. Alright, time to turn my armored cruiser around. My destroyers are all manner of scattered, but hopefully we can at least turn around and get some good hits on this Marseille class. There we go. That's the sort of thing I'm looking for. Pound them. Put them under. If we can start turning around the French numerical advantage in battle cruisers. There we go. Bombardment target destroyed. Bring this guy back into the fight. And then we'll get all of our guns to bear on the Marseille. Yep, I acknowledge the low ammunition. We'll just hit him with whatever we got. Actually, that's destroyers coming in, and I don't like that. Okay, closer look here. How is the Marseille doing? Heavy damage, 5 knots. Looks like 2 guns knocked out, or 2 guns destroyed. 1 gun knocked out. Good. I don't know if they have torpedoes. Oh, no, he definitely does have torpedoes, which means we cannot afford to get too close. How much ammunition do we have left? Not much. Looks like we're mostly doing HE. We do have some AP in the superimposed turrets, so I guess those are what's firing from the Inflexible. How is the Indomitable doing? Indomitable is almost completely out. Well, we'll do what we can. Let's see, does this fellow have torpedoes? Do we have arc? We do. Well, let's take the shot. There's a hit. And we'll turn around for another pass. I definitely do not want this fellow getting away a second time. There we go, torpedo number 2 going in. And there's hit number 2. Alright, I do believe that that fellow is done for. Time to set our course back to Portsmouth and call it a day. We'll haul up the flag. Reassemble our forces. And we'll head back home. Good job, team. I think that was pretty good. We sank one of their ridiculous anti-cruiser cruisers with insufficient armor. That said, I'm definitely starting to notice and regret the small caliber guns I put on my battle cruisers. That's going to be a bit of a pain. They seem more like oversized armored cruisers than a proper battle fleet type ship. Which honestly does make sense given their size and capability. They are not battleships and should not be treated as such. Thank you fellows for spotting that, but I think we're going to head back home now. I have no intention of tangling with a Nancy and a Dunkirk while I'm almost out of ammo. Alright, let's pick up the pace and hurry back to Portsmouth. Oh hey, there goes a Zeppelin. Interesting. Come on, fellows. Hurry back home. Oop. There we go. You go in. And you go in. And here we go. Yep, all forces enter port. And there we go. End of battle. Well, our destroyers did not fare too well, but we successfully sank an armored cruiser and a battle cruiser, and we are reducing the French forces. Very good. Our first major victory against France, and we destroyed the land target. Hooray! Alright, I think that is our first major victory against the French here. Well, there we go. Major victory, 2 prestige, and 7,500 victory points. Alright, and we will call this the Battle of Bologna. Aha, some of our ships are finishing their working up. And they're still out raiding, but not having much success from that. Certainly nothing compared to the blockade we're putting against the French. And our latest design, Inconsiderable, is ready for construction. We'll do a quick double check of everything. And there it is. Very annoying how it always pops up behind the main screen. Alright, so we have a massive 50,000 ton battlecruiser, 30 knots, 4-inch deck, 12-inch belt. Hopefully that's enough to provide pretty good protection. We're rocking 8 16-inch guns. Pretty good there. And we have 16 tons remaining, so no significant changes here. I do believe that this ship is good. So we're going to close that out, and we're going to build one. Alright, there we go. And that is over 2 years out before it's complete. Fair enough, it is a very large ship. Alright, and our dreadnoughts are all in Southeast Asia. Camper downs are on their way as well. We are still successfully maintaining the blockade. And our newer, larger gunned vessels are effectively keeping the French pinned. 14-inch guns, 15-inch guns, 16-inch guns. That ought to keep them in port. Alright, let's move on to our next turn. Convoy attack in Corsica. A large fight. Intriguing. I accept. And France declines again. A destroyer action. We haven't done great in our destroyer actions recently. But no, I'm going to pass on this one. It's not worth it. Coastal raid, medium size. Maybe. It's a lot further from home port. Not a big fan of that when it comes to my battle cruisers, but we'll go for it. Let's see what we've got. Alright, looks like cruisers. Alright, and we have an objective of sink 2 any ships. Well, I have no idea what an any ship is, but I'm going to find it and I'm going to sink it. Nope, and it looks like I forgot to recenter everything. There we go. Recentered. Well, let's rock. Alright, we have a ship spotted. Let's go get him. No idea what to expect here, but that looks like a military force, not just a gaggle of convoy ships, so let's get in there. Alright, destroyers and a Trude class. Now hopefully they accept the challenge, because that's the only way we're going to catch up with that Trude. He's 25 knots as opposed to my 22. We'll pick up the pace for the chase, and we'll just follow them all the way back. If they decline to engage, then we'll just run up and down the coast and sink all of their transports. Ooh, what's that? Are those transports? I think that is our first catch of the day. There we go. And we do not have time to pick up survivors right now. We are still in the middle of a fight. Alright, there's another corvette there. Probably not the greatest way to knock out my 2 ships any ship, but I'll take it. How fast are these things anyway? 20 knots? No wonder why I'm having trouble catching him. Alright, and there's some transports. That might be a little bit more achievable. So we'll run to the south. Aha! Well, if they want to run their destroyers in to fight us, then I will accept. That is 1 destroyer down. Objective accomplished. And off we go. We're going to run down these transports. Uh-oh. Brilliant has flotation damage. From what? Oh my god, she was taking hits. Well, that would have been nice to know. Alright, time to get out of here. Yep. Nope, not picking up survivors. We're going down to cruise speed. We're reducing to 10 knots to get this flooding under control. Transport is down 2, and we'll call that good. Oh, come on, you fellows. Just get out of here. Thank you for the spotting reports, but I'm ready for the fight to end. Oh, neat. There goes the Yakaron. So we're trading destroyers, and we sank a transport, and that's about all that we accomplished. These coastal raids do not seem very effective uses of victory points. Well, maybe we can at least run down one of these transports so that they don't get those points. What the? Enemy aircraft approaching Great Britain Destroyer Division 3? Huh. 4 enemy Zeppelins level bomb the Brilliant. No hits, of course. But that's interesting. I didn't know that they could do that. And now we're losing the Sheldrake. Why are we losing the Sheldrake? Oh, you were playing around the coastal defense battery as well. You idiots. We will lose this because of you. And of course, there's nothing I can do to call them back because we lost contact with the division. Nope, not picking up survivors. It's time to go home. What are you guys doing? Oh, you switched over to independent. No wonder. Back to screen. Okay. Recall everyone and get out of here. Nope, time for this fight to end. There we go. And we lost one of our cruisers. We lost a cruiser and 2 destroyers. We sank a destroyer, a corvette, and 2 transports. And somehow they call that a victory for us. I'm very surprised. Oh, that's why. Okay, it's because the sink 2 ships objective is worth so many points. Okay, because that was not actually a victory for us. If I was the one scoring this, we would have lost hard. Oh well. They called it a victory, so we'll take it. Marginal victory. And I'm not going to name that Oh. Well, that's interesting. One of our shipyards is offering to build a second Inconsiderable class. 27 months at 10% discount. That should actually line it up at just the same thing. Well, it's probably fiscally irresponsible, but I like my big ships, and that sounds like fun. Excellent. We'll take the offer. Well, I don't want to think about what this is going to do for my budget, so we'll call this one the Imponderable, and not think about what it means for my finances. Oh, the Army wants more resources to prepare for an offensive that will shift the strategic initiative. What offensive? We don't have any offensives going on. Only the Navy can win this war. We should not waste resources on indecisive trench warfare. Insufficient force superiority? We have like so many ships there. Alright, and they have raiders out and about, starting to sink merchant ships. Rumors that the Italians are having trouble mastering quadruple torpedo mounts. That means that they already have triples. Well, we're still gaining more points for blockading than they're gaining for their raiding. So, hooray! And just 4 more months until the Impermeable class starts coming out. Is there anything else we can send to turn the tide in the Pacific? Not that I know of. And I'm seeing a number of ships that are on active fleet instead of foreign station. Let's fix that. There we go. Send them back out and about. And we've been losing a fair number of these new Red Pole class. That is annoying. How are we doing on Red Pole construction? Alright. Another turn or two and we'll order another batch of them. Alright. Next turn. Here's hoping we get an invasion. Another coastal raid. Medium size. I accept. Oh wow. Already started. Oh. They spawned right in the middle? Well, that's not so good. Alright, well, let's get this party started. We'll pull the cruisers back in support. Destroyer's looking good. We've got our destroyer screen. Whoops, here we go. Get all that stuff centered up and set. And let's knock out another battle. Alright, I have no idea what that ship is, so we're going to have to find out. Oh, it stopped. Okay, well, there we go. Do we want to pick up survivors? No, we're right at the very beginning right now. We've got a bombardment target to deal with. Alright. It is middle of the afternoon. I would like to get there in a reasonable time, so we'll go at 20 knots. Another ship sighted. Oh, we'll let the destroyers go over and deal with that. Oh, come on. We'll plop you guys down on an independent roll so you can chase that down. Drop down to cruising speed. In fact, we'll pick down to 10 knots for shore bombardment roll. Pick up survivors. Yeah, we'll do it. Bombardment target destroyed. And there's not a whole lot else to do, so back home we go. Cruising speed, and off we go. What the? Oh no! Perseus, what are you doing? Striking mines. Oh, that's not good. She's lost. Totally lost. That is not a recoverable thing. Alright, well, I can at least make an attempt. She is limiting flooding. We're gonna detach and significantly reduce speed. Hopefully that will help get things under control. But for all we know, maybe that wasn't a mine. Maybe that was actually a submarine. It can be hard to determine those sorts of things. Let's see, how's she doing? Oh, she's still got permanent flooding. Yeah, she's lost. There's nothing we can do about that. Well, that is unfortunate. That might have cost us this fight. So they did have ships out and about. I did get the points for destroying the bombardment target, though, so I'm glad we did that. But we didn't sink any significant ships, and we lost one of ours. So, even though the game will consider that a victory, I will not. Where did their ships even end up, anyway? Let's see, major ships. They ran down south? That's weird. So they started off heading in the wrong direction, and they never got any better. Okay. Well, we'll just leave the scenario then. Well, our ship has struck a mine in northern Europe. This does get old. 240 VP for blockading. Hooray. Alright, let's recenter that. Alright. Well, we're coming up on the 40-minute mark, so I think it's time to wrap this one up. We've won a number of fights. We've taken some small losses, but still nothing decisive yet. So, well, hopefully we'll have better luck next year. Until then, Katori87 signing out.